My name is Kristian Hansen, and I'm on a 3-year solo journey to explore all of Indonesia from Sabang to Merauke. And in this video, I'm on another grand adventure. I've traveled 38 hours along the Mahakam River, deep into the heart of Borneo, to a hidden gem called Mahakam Ulu. I've met various Dayak tribes, the indigenous people of Borneo, in order to learn about their culture and their way of life. Now, I want to share it all with you. Let's get started.
Selamat pagi guys, it is another beautiful day here in Indonesia, and today we are heading to Samarinda. I'm super excited to get to Samarinda because I have something very special in store for you guys, because we will be going on the longest, most remote and definitely most expensive adventure I've done so far here on my Sabang Samar journey. So let's get to it, let's get back on the road and let's go to Samarinda. And if I look a little bit tired in today's video, it's actually because I'm running, I'm out of breath too, I'm running quite a high fever. But, you know, sometimes you just have to follow the plan, and hopefully riding a bit on Macan will make me feel better. So let's go to Samarinda. Yeah, makasih Pak, sukses ya, see you.
I then left the city of Balikpapan. Luckily, as I was feeling a bit under the weather, I only had 125 kilometers and 3 hours of driving to get to Samarinda, the capital of East Kalimantan. And after a scenic ride through the mountains, I had arrived at the biggest city in all of Borneo, Samarinda. I could finally cross the iconic Kutai Kartanegara Bridge and the Mahakam River. And what a lovely welcoming, as I was first greeted on the road by my local subscriber, Butut. And as I had reached my destination for the day, it seemed that my friend Padidik from Aston Banjarmasin had told the staff at Aston Samarinda about my impending arrival.
Hi guys! Hi, saya Chris. Hey Chris, nice to meet you.
Alright guys, we made it here to Hotel Aston in Samarinda. It's really nice to be back at an Aston hotel again, because you know, if you choose Aston, it's just gonna be nice. The service is good, the room is great, it's spacious, and what I really like about Aston's business rooms is that they have a desk, so I can sit and do a bit of working this afternoon. Plus, I have the view of the beautiful Mahakam River that runs through Samarinda. I really love this view from the room. There's just something special about being able to see the water from your room. So now it's time to rest up, get some food, and then hopefully see if I can get rid of this cold. And yeah, let's get the adventure started, guys. It's gonna be a good one. Selamat pagi guys, it is 5:30 in the morning. I've now checked out of my room, brought all my bags because it's time to go to the ports. So we're gonna meet my local guide there, and I'm super excited to get this trip started because we're going on a very, very long boat ride today. So let's go to the port before I'm late, and yeah, let's do it.
Alright guys, we are on our way. A little bit of a hectic morning because I woke up too late and I was like, oh no. So it is now almost 6 o'clock. We're heading down to the port now, from where we will meet my local guide. His name is Hai. His name is actually Hairudin, but we just call him Hai. I'm a little bit worried about this ferry trip because it's going to take 26 hours just until we get to a place called Tering, our first stop. And then from there we will take another boat 7 hours, and then another boat another 5 hours. So as far as I've understood, this trip is going to take 38 hours by boat until we arrive at our final destination. And massive credit to Aston here in Samarinda. They've taken really good care of me the last couple of days. I had to postpone the trip. I've been very sick, but now I'm back on my feet and finally ready for the trip. But Thank you so much, guys. Alright guys, we made it here to the ports and now I'm just waiting for Hai, my tour guide. So I actually met with Hai yesterday just to go over the details for this trip. He's a very nice guy. He's been to Mahakam Ulu many times. So I feel safe bringing him as a tour guide because since it is such a long journey, then I decided it would probably be the best to bring a tour guide. Alright, and my tour guide has arrived. Say hi to Hai.
Hi.
Selamat pagi, Hai.
Selamat pagi. Okay, good morning. So I just arrived here. We will go with the Cahaya Indah boat. Yeah, this is like a public transportation. This is not like private. It's around 200,000 if you want to go only for touring. If you want to go to Long Bagun, you have to pay around 400,000.
Oh, okay. Otherwise, if we take the local boat all the way to Long Bagun, it will take 3 days, yeah?
Yeah, 3 days.
And we don't have time for that, so... Alright, let's get on the boat, yeah?
Already people there. They come here yesterday and they sleep here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's not really easy if you go like today, like a very early morning, you will be late.
I see.
Here, with you.
Yeah.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you, sir?
I
I can see this ferry is gonna be quite full. Wow. This is full, guys. Alright, trying to navigate this rather small boat. Wah, selamat pagi. Ada AC, Bu?
Ada AC.
Gak ada ya? Wow, guys, it is like 40 degrees in here.
We are here.
Okay, I just went outside a bit because wow, it is hot inside. So he says that once we start sailing that it will be a lot cooler inside. The boat is so long and it's built kind of like a ramp, so you know when you're walking through this long aisle you're kind of walking down and then up again. Yeah, super interesting. Definitely never been on a boat like this. So luckily he's been securing a good spot for us, so he just moved all the mattresses so we have a bit of our own area in the corner. That's really nice. But I nearly got a heat stroke trying to help him. It's so hot. Jesus.
And at 7 AM, we departed from Samarinda port. And with the wind in my face, I could now enjoy the breeze from the front and from the roof on the top of the boat as we passed by the many ships carrying coal up and down the Mahakam River. Our boat wasn't completely full just yet, as we had several stops to make on our way to Checkin. Inside the boat, there are luckily plenty of fans on both sides, as the temperature rose to 33 degrees in the shade. I could now see that this was a much more comfortable travel option than taking the speedboat all the way. I spent some time chatting with some of the guys who gave me some excellent tips for my next destination. Some were enjoying their breakfast, others were playing games or playing with their pets, but the majority were napping in the calm breeze to the rocking of the boat.
Alright guys, we are well on our way. It is now a bit past 10, so we've been on the river now for 3 years. 3 years? For 3 hours. I really enjoy it actually. We're just sitting here enjoying the view. It's very relaxed. The boat is not making a ton of noise. You have the birds passing by, the many boats. It's very santai. And I wanted to make sure I mentioned that this video would never have been possible without my new sponsor, Fuchs Silkolene. So Fuchs is a German company and Silkolene is their top premium motorcycle oil. It will be coming to the Indonesian market very soon. So I'm very proud to be the new brand ambassador for Fuchs Indonesia. Thank you so much guys for supporting this trip. It wouldn't have been possible without you because going to Mahakam Ulu is actually very expensive. So I almost dropped the idea of making this project, but then Fuchs Indonesia, they said, Chris, we would like to support making this video project happen for you. So yeah guys, massive thumbs up for Fuchs Silkolene.
Don't forget to subscribe, guys.
Alright guys, it is now 2:30. I just woke up from probably the best nap ever. You know, you can hear the sound of the water as we pass it, a little bit from the engine as well, of course. The boat is rocking a little bit and it's very hot, so yeah, it was just, you fall asleep so fast. I'm just very happy that we're not sleeping in the other side of the boat, because it is at least 10 degrees hotter than it is here in the front of the boat. But besides that, all good. We still have a very long time to go.
And as it was lunchtime, I headed down to their resto, where you can enjoy Ibu's fried rice and chicken, while watching the guys as they try to keep the old engine alive. But it's a good idea to make a reservation, because the seating is limited.
I have no idea if you guys can hear this or not, but one of the things that I see here sitting, looking on both sides of the river, is that you can still see that there are some areas with forest, and there are some areas where they've just started to chop it down completely because of the mining operations here. And that is one of the reasons why I've decided to do this trip, because the area we will be going to, Mahakam Ulu, my guide says that in 5 or 10 years that area will be looking completely different. So that's why we have to visit it today, now, before all the big palm oil plantation mining companies, they take down the primary forest that is still left. So that is also one of the reasons why we're going.
And after 9 hours on the boat, the temperature was slowly going down as we reached the afternoon. I was a bit excited to see if I would get any sleep that night, as it had been a while since I had slept in a room with 100 other people.
It has been a really good day on the boat here, guys. Better than I expected. Everybody has been so kind, and crew is good, and we have a comfortable position to lay for the night, so yeah, good stuff. And now the sun is setting, absolutely beautiful, and that's gonna be it from our first day here on the Mahakam Ulu trip.
It was then dinner time, and fresh fish from the river was served. It had been a long yet good day, so I tucked in for the night.
Selamat pagi, guys. It is now 7:15. I woke up around 30 minutes ago. I have slept actually better than expected, but I did wake up quite a few times during the night, because during the night they had to stop several different places to drop off people, take more people on. Besides that, yeah, pretty good. We should now have around 30 minutes till we arrive until our stop, which is called Checkin. And from there we will take a speedboat instead for supposedly 5 hours, so we will get faster to our destination. So it's gonna be another long day of travel, but it's gonna be fun to try the speedboat. Apparently we're gonna be sitting a lot more closely, but yeah, should be okay. So now I'm just having my morning coffee here in front of the ship. I think we're dropping off some passengers, and then the journey continues.
And before we arrived at Checkin, my friend Dia and her chicken little stopped by to say farewell.
Alright guys, we have arrived here at Checkin. This is the stop where we will find some breakfast and we will change to a speedboat. And now we can see as soon as we're getting near here, the speedboats, they start circling like predators. They are ready to pick up customers because actually the tide is so low that the big ferry here, it cannot continue. Normally this ferry will continue further up the river, but yeah, because of the tide. But because of the low tide, it's not possible, so everyone will have to continue by speedboat from here. Denny, saya Chris. Alright guys, we made it to the restaurant and now time to get some breakfast. I'm super hungry. What time is it now?
I think 9.
Between 9 and 10.
Yeah.
And then once we have had some breakfast, it's time to go to the speedboat and then we got 5 hours. So, makan dulu.
Enak.
Is it good?
Yep. Delicious. Enak.
Good bro. So guys, the thing is, if you want to take a speedboat here from Tering and go to Long Bagun, then the speedboat will have to take a minimum of 10 passengers before it departs. Each passenger will pay 500,000 rupiah, and yeah, if they don't reach their target of 5 million, then they will simply wait until they've gotten at least 5 million. So now we already have 9 passengers, but we are waiting for 1 passenger who got up late today. So yeah, we're just waiting and hopefully we will depart soon. As we say in Indonesia, tunggu sebentar.
If there's one thing I'm not a big fan of, it's waiting. But the 1 hour of waiting went by fast. Because foreigners rarely visit these parts. So the kind locals were very interested. And we had many good chats.
This is my friend.
This is my friend.
And it also gave me a bit of time to learn some of the local language here, called Bahasa Bahau.
Yeah. I can speak it.
Yeah. Dang hado minang video kue. Just wait until you see the inside of this boat. It is very sexy.
Yeah, really?
Luckily, I hadn't been eating a lot of pisang goreng lately, because otherwise, I would have had a problem.
Alright guys, we made it into the small speedboat here and this has been pimped out. Check out the front here where we're sitting, completely covered in blue fur. I have a feeling this is going to be a fun trip. And I got to ride next to the captain. And Hai is right here. Hello. And one of my fans here is riding with us. Dek, saya siapa?
Om Dron.
Om Dron. Om Dron. Alright, let's go.
And we were suddenly getting forward with lightning speed as we now entered the Mahakam Ulu Regency. And a few hours into our bumpy ride, we stopped at a small village where I would learn that the concept of hygiene is slightly different here than where I'm from. And our captain took us in with finesse.
Oh. You need my hand or what do you think?
Alright guys, we have made it to our long stop here. It is called Data Bilang. So we still have around 3 hours to go with the speedboat, but I just wanted to show you something fun.
Yes.
So yes. Oh, udah lancar bahasa Inggris ya? Good. So in here is the small restaurant. Nice. Yep. Where you can get pretty much anything you need. But I just asked the ibus here if I could wash my fingers, and they said, yeah, sure. Just go out here and you can wash it, and there is soap. And this is where you wash your fingers, your face, your body, your plates, everything in this river right here. So yeah, As you can see, the river water is, yeah, not what most places would consider clean. But this is how it is here. There's plenty of water in the river, so that's what they use. So I just took a bit of soap, a bit of river water here, washed my fingers, washed my face, and that's how we do it. Anyway, back on the boat.
And with more passengers joining from Tatabilang, our little speedboat were now completely full, even the rather windy economy seats on the roof. And after 5 hours in the little speedboat, surrounded by primary forest, we made our final approach into Long Bagun, where we would explore for the next couple of days. And we knew we were almost there as we passed the famous rock wall, Batu Dinding, locally called Batu Tenfang. The story goes that the holes up in the wall are ancient burial sites. But the real question is, how did they manage to bring them up there in ancient times?
And we have made it to Long Bagun after many hours. I'm so tired. Let's find the homestay.
And upon arrival at Long Bagun, I realized that they didn't exactly have a red carpet welcome. But they do have what some might call a floating carpet welcome.
If I fall, then no more video. This is an old longhouse?
Yep.
Very local, yeah?
Yep.
This is the homestay?
Yep.
Amazing. Let's go and check it out.
Okay, let's go.
Surrounded by mountains and the Mahakam River, Long Bagun was originally a Dayak Bahau area. But today, people from many different places have come here, so it's now a mix. The Dayak Bahau is a sub-tribe of the Dayaks, the indigenous people of Kalimantan. And of the many sub-tribes, like the Dayak Kayan, Kenyah, Punan, and so on, the Bahau are the largest ethnic group in the Mahakam Ulu Regency. Our homestay, called Poloweli, was located right in the middle of the town next to their traditional longhouse. It was beautifully decorated with traditional Dayak relics and wooden carved interior, and we paid 150,000 rupiah, or $10 per night, for a little room with a fan. And with a view overlooking the beautiful river, they were also taking care of a small macaque monkey who had gotten lost from his mother. But my favorite thing was our homestay owner, Budoh Hipoi. Budoh means nene in Dayak Bahau language. She used to be a Dayak Bahau before she married and converted to Islam, but you can still see the traditional Dayak tattoos on her hands. And she was very happy to see me, as I was the first foreigner to visit since the beginning of the corona pandemic.
Alright guys, so this afternoon I think we're just gonna walk a bit around here in the village. It has been a long day and I am very tired. It's a very nice small village they have here, so apparently only 1,000 people lives here. And we're gonna visit another small village tomorrow where they will apparently be doing some special things for us. So, but you can see I have quite the crowd following me. Hello guys! Hi! And Hi, he's coordinating with the local guide here. That is gonna help us tomorrow, so yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today.
And to end a perfectly good day, we did a small tour around the town to say hi. And I was surprised to meet several of my YouTube subscribers along the way. And one of them was Salim, a young local who is studying religion. he invited us in for coffee in his small mosque, where we had a great time talking about my videos that Salim had watched on YouTube. And it was then time to head back with the squad and get ready for another day of adventure.
Selamat pagi guys, it is another beautiful morning here in East Kalimantan, and this morning we will be going back to Batu Dinding that we saw yesterday coming here to Long Bagun. So guys, pro tip, if you ever come here, this area is not used to having a lot of tourists. That involves the people that you have to negotiate the prices with, for the speedboats, for the longboats, even for the tour guides. Everything just takes a little bit longer time, and it's not fully scheduled like a regular tour guide or tour company would have it. Well, that is a part of the experience, and you cannot stress it. You just have to, yeah, take 1 hour at a time. Hai is ready with the scooter now, yeah. And let's get to it. It's gonna be another good day. There we go.
Okay, I will join. Okay.
Okay. Wow.
What do you think?
It's been a long time since I'm sitting on a bike this small. How about you? Yeah. So guys, this is extraordinary circumstances. As I always say, jangan lupa pakai helm. Don't try this at home. Oh, take the camera. Okay.
And we then set off to meet the Dayak Kayan in the Long Melaham village. But due to the limited CCs at our disposal, we had to default to aerodynamics to get us up the hills.
We can go inside the church. Alright guys, we have made it here to the small village. From where we will take the boat out to Batu Dinding. And actually the majority of the people living here are Christians. But now Hai and the team is waiting for me, and yeah, let's get the trip started. Selamat pagi guys.
Hai, pagi.
Anton, how's it going? And Ryan. And Ayu. Yeah. Ayu. How are you?
How are you?
How are you? Okay. Are we ready?
Not yet. We
Not
have
yet?
to wait the indigenous leader. He still pray. We have to make we have to get a permit to go around here, because there is the belief of the people. That you have to ask the indigenous leader to make you safe from the bad spirit or something like that.
Okay, okay.
Atau kita tunggu di sini juga.
Motor.
Anak motor ya. And like I mentioned previously, patience is a virtue. So we have to wait for the spiritual leader here to give us blessing to go around the village to protect us. So yep, we'll just wait a little bit more.
As it was a Sunday in Long Melaham village, we had arrived right during the Sunday Mass. Because of the 35,000 people living in the Mahakam Ulu Regency, 76% of the people are still Christians. And as it was even more rare for locals to see a foreigner come here, it amassed quite a lot of attention.
Ini keponakan saya juga, namanya Elvira. Gemes ya?
And I even got to learn a bit of the Kayan language as well.
Nonton video ke.
So that was a great experience at the church. I love connecting with the people and especially the children like this, you know, everybody was so happy. So now, before we can continue, we have to get the blessing of the shaman. And what they want to do is they want to give me blessing for going around in their village here to make sure that nothing bad happens to me. So we're here to pick up the shaman, then we're gonna go to their traditional longhouse, and then he's gonna do a, I believe it's kind of like a cleansing ritual, but we will see. Let's go in and meet him. He's a very nice guy.
Papa Antonius, or Tukam, turns 71 years old today. As we sit, he prepares his betel nut chewing tobacco. It consists of betel nut leaves, a mix of powdered seashells and limestone, which is neatly wrapped together to be chewed, sometimes for hours. And it is then finally mixed with tobacco, something I would get to try for myself later on. But Tukam said that it was time to start the ritual, so we headed over to the village traditional house. And there he explained to me why it was so important we had to do this ritual.
Jadi minta izin, maaf bahwa ini keluarga, ini orang jangan ganggu karena ada keperluan ini itu maksudnya. Setelah itu baru Bapak bisa jalan kemana-kemana, ya bisa ya leluhur kita melindungi. Itu maksudnya. Jadi istilahnya berdoa sama Yang Maha Kuasa. Seperti itulah kira-kira contohnya. Ya sini betul pakai. Nyake dorosian, dos kelepanom biasa tutu dos kelepanom.
Patukam then spoke to his ancestors and the spirits for a while in the Dayak Kayan language, so I wasn't exactly sure what he said. And he then put the rice on top of my head, symbolizing that I had been welcomed in.
Jadi kami sudah jadi satu keluarga.
Ya.
And now with the blessing of the ancestors and the spirits, we could walk around freely without harm. We then continued to the house of the previous indigenous leader. In the front of the house, we can see a large pole made from iron wood with traditional carvings. It's called the Tiang Petir, and it means lightning pole. Before entering, we must touch this as a sign of respect, as they believe that the spirits and guardians of the village lives inside them. The second welcoming ritual starts with eating a bit of rice together, because this symbolizes that we are now one, we are family. Nenek, the daughter of the previous indigenous leader, then gives me a bead bracelet as a welcoming present, a sign that I've been officially welcomed. Because beads are often used in the Dayak culture in Mahakam Ulu on a daily basis as bracelets, necklaces, bags, and etc. And as we have seen before, a Dayak ritual is usually followed by some local alcohol.
Jadi guys, hari ini kami coba Burak.
Ya,
itu hampir sama dengan arak, tapi kalau pakai bahasa Bahau,
ya, Bahau,
ini namanya Burak. Berapa persen Pak alkohol kira-kira?
Tidak tahu juga ya. Ya kita yang rasakan berapa, ya kita bisa hitung berapa persen dia, ya kan rasakan sendiri. Jadi saya tidak tahu berapa persen dia.
Oke, kami coba ya.
Ya coba. Yuk.
Wah, enak sekali.
Ya.
Wah, rasanya hampir sama waktu Dayak Iban bikin tua di Sungai Utik di Kalbar ya. Ini sedikit lebih keras.
Ya. Kalau yang baru ya, manis. Dan lama-lama dia
lebih keras.
Ya. Karena jadi ya.
lagi.
Oh iya.
Oh, saya pikir ini kira-kira 25%, mungkin sedikit lagi. Sedikit keras. Tapi enak sekali.
The Burak is delicious and made from a mix of sticky rice and yeast. And as I rarely drank alcohol, I could definitely feel the effect. Patukam may look modern as he picks up his large smartphone, but the Dayak Kayan is famous for once being the fierce warriors and headhunters of Borneo. The barbaric rituals of headhunting has long been outlawed, so all I'm allowed to share is this: Patukam is one of the few left today who have seen it all. Their second shaman, Ibu Avu Ibong, then stops by, and she's one of the few Dayaks left who carries the unique and disappearing tradition of the long ears. A Dayak Kayan tradition that can indicate the person comes from aristocratic circles or simply a sign of beauty.
Jadi mulai dengan satu yang kecil ya,
Iya.
nanti ganti ke yang lebih besar,
Iya,
lebih besar. Dan sekarang berapa ada ini?
Biar sampai 40-50 enggak apa-apa sudah.
Oh iya, tapi
Iya.
bukan sakit.
Enggak sakit.
Kalau saya mau seperti ibu, saya harus ganti berapa kali? Saya harus tunggu
Kita
berapa tahun?
harus berapa kali sampai 20 kali ganti benangnya, habis itu baru diganti dengan apa namanya itu Nora Puno.
Jadi lama-lama 2-3 bulan kasih besar lagi, kasih besar
jadi
lagi.
ganti setiap 3 bulan.
Iya, 2-3 bulan iya.
Sakit.
Biasa aja sudah. Kalau waktu dia baru itu kan memang sakit dia kalau
Ya.
sudah bertahun-tahun ini ya. Umur ibu aja sudah 73 tahun ini.
Mau dekat 20 tahun dia janda. Makanya
Suami
ya,
saya kan meninggal tahun 98.
jadi paksa saya yang mengganti itu.
Oh iya.
Iya, iya.
Tadinya nakal sekali ya.
Iya. Sama ini kan ibu.
Dah buaya darat. Tapi sama orang lain.
And a lot of jokes and Burak later. We finished our visit by listening to some beautiful sampek music, the traditional instrument and sound of Borneo. To the string of the sampek and the elders watching, the younger generation portrays the culture of the Dayak Kayan through dance. They wear the traditional hat called Dabung Unyuk. They dance using hornbill and feathers in between their fingers, basking their arms up and down as a symbol of the hornbill. Because the hornbill bird is a sign of the connection between the Kayan people and their natural surroundings, along with the tribe's greatness and glory, peace and unity. They are only allowed to dance with these feathers if they have gone through all the rituals according to the Dayak Kayan culture.
This has been an absolutely incredible stop. Talking with Papa Antonios, the kind people with the long ears, all the dancers, the girls, children, the guys here.
Hi.
Hey, and my tour guide number 1 and a local guide. It's just been fantastic, and we will continue at the adventure tomorrow.
The morning starts slow in Long Bagun, both due to a lot of new experiences, but also slightly due to a lot of Burak the day before. It's a chilly and misty morning due to the heavy rain we had the night before. I started the day chatting a bit with Nenek, as we have become besties. Then it's time for a morning meeting with Hai about today's plan of visiting the Dayak Kenyah. And then, it's local-style breakfast time. Fish, tempeh, rice and vegetables. And we are then ready, once again, to get back on the road.
Selamat pagi, guys. It is another beautiful morning here in Mahakam Ulu. So yesterday we met the Dayak Kayan and learned about their culture. But today we will go across the river and meet and learn about the Dayak Kenyah. So we've just made it now to the small boat that's gonna take us across. And yeah, it's gonna be another adventurous day, so let's get to it.
And this morning, we had the pleasure of sharing the boat with the local kids who had to cross the river in order to get to school.
Hey bro, see you.
But this morning, we had made a terrible mistake because we had rented a bike that clearly was way past its expiration date.
This is why you don't ride Kawasaki.
Don't ride Kawasaki.
We finally got the old girl into gear, and we were now quite a bit late for our appointment. Had we been in Jakarta, I could just have blamed the traffic, but somehow I doubted they would believe that here.
Okay, we arrived here.
Okay, rough start, but we made it.
Yep.
Alright guys, even though the motorcycle was not interested in bringing us here today, we still made it. So now we have arrived at Batu Majang village, and wow, there's a lot of people waiting for us to arrive here. Apparently they have prepared a welcoming ritual. So let's go inside and check it out. And this is Pak Didi. Pak Didi? Yeah. And Pak
Andre.
Pak Andre. Saya Chris.
Yeah.
There's so many people here.
Yes.
Selamat pagi, saya Chris. So now we're getting another Lekko.
Ino.
Lekko Ino. Okay. Wow, look at this, how beautiful it is.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Halo Pak, saya Chris. Halo Pak, saya Chris. Halo Dik.
This was definitely the most grand welcoming I have ever experienced before. More than 40 people had shown up in their traditional Dayak Kenyah clothing. And if that wasn't enough, we also did a traditional welcoming dance. And in true Indonesian fashion, there are several speeches, both by the indigenous leader and by the head of the village. And it was clear to see that the beads were a big part of the Dayak Kenyah culture, because everyone had beads sewn into their clothing, their headwear, their necklaces, and even their earrings. And with the massive hornbill bird hanging on top of us, and an entire band playing for us, they then presented their traditional Dayak Kenyah dance, describing the life of the hornbill. Because according to their belief, their ancestors came from the sky and went down to the earth, just like the hornbill bird.
Without a doubt, the most incredible welcoming ritual I've ever seen. You can really tell that they put their heart and soul into this. It is truly an honor to be here in Batu Majang and meet the Dayak Kenyah. So what is super interesting about this massive paintings we have here alongside the walls is that nothing of this is left up to chance. This is basically one big story about the beginning of the life of the Dayak Kenyah here in Batu Majang to the end of their life. And you see we have these like long arms that keep connecting in like a spiral. That is the sign of the Dayak Kenyah, that they are all one big family, how they are connected as people. And the big jar we can see here on the back of the wall, that is a meaning that all the Dayak Kenyah people, they are all together inside of this jar. The dragons on the outside, they are protecting their spirit, they are protecting their culture. It's quite an amazing sight.
And before saying goodbye, after a great performance, they wanted me to look at some of their handmade beadwork. I see a lot of handmade local products on my journey, but this was something else.
So a big part of their culture is all of this jewelry that they make themselves with all these like tiny beads. For example, a bag like this one, absolutely beautiful. It's actually super heavy because there are thousands of small beads on it. It will take months to just create one bag like this.
Jadi untuk bikin seperti ini Bu, berapa jam?
Ya kalau yang cepat, yang bagus mata kan tidak lama juga mereka bikin nih. Bikin 1 hari itu selesai juga. Yang bagus mata lihat kan, kayak nenek nih. Lama.
Lama ya?
Ya.
It is some work that requires some serious patience. I'm not sure I would have the patience to make this myself. And the lovely ladies that are making these beads. Some of them are originally from here, and some of them are from Flores, some of them are from Sulawesi, so a lot of different cultures mixed into one here, but they are all one big Dayak family now, they tell me.
Selamat datang di Batu Majang.
Yeah, terima kasih. Alright guys, what an incredible experience it was to have this welcome from the Dayak Kenyah. Alright, time to go back to our homestay and rest up, because tomorrow we're going on another great journey. Because what are we doing tomorrow, bro?
We want to go to Long Tuyo and we will pass a lot of rapids. You never go to Mahakam Ulu if you never pass the rapid.
And supposedly it can be a little bit dangerous, yeah?
Yeah, so dangerous to be honest. This is super adventure. Trust me.
Super
you will
dangerous.
see tomorrow.
Okay. Well, wish me luck. Let's go
Yeah.
back, rest,
Let's go back
and
to rest, yeah.
next time I think we have to see if we can find a KTM, yeah?
Yup.
So guys, this afternoon it is pouring down like crazy. And actually we had to cut today's trip short because I'm not feeling so good. Maybe you can hear it on my voice. And I think it's been the non-stop switch between rain, a lot of winds, very hot weather. It's super hot here in Mahakam Ulu. And when the sun is out, it's really strong. So what we're doing this afternoon is resting, because tomorrow, Hero and I, we have a long journey, 7 hours with a long boat. So we have to be at 100%. So we're gonna head back to bed. Wish me good luck, and yeah, and hopefully I'll recover fast. So yeah, this is what can happen when you go on adventure as well. That's how it is.
Stay tuned for the next episode, where I continue my Mahakam Ulu adventure even deeper into East Kalimantan, as I go on an action-packed journey, challenging the wild and dangerous rapids on our way to the distant village of Long Ear.